Hello everyone, I am Priyanka Bharti. Today we will learn about microcontroller. Here I have discussed importance of microcontroller in everyday life. Its use in the embedded market. Choosing a microcontroller such as speed, memory, input-output, packaging and cost. Its family members and versions have been discussed. I am going to discuss all these in further slide. Microcontroller is a combination of two words, micro and controller. Micro means small in size and it is a measurement unit. Controller means a device which controls the operations of a particular system. Combining both words, we can say it is a small device which controls all the operations of a particular system. Or we can say it is a microprocessor in which all peripheral devices are integrated. Therefore, it is called system on chip or computer on chip. All peripherals and components are built on a single chip, then it is called microcontroller. This is the diagram of microcontroller. Let us discuss one by one. Central processing unit. It is the brain of the microcomputer. It controls and monitors all the processes that take place inside the microcontroller unit. Random access memory. It is data memory. It is a general purpose memory which stores the user data in a program. RAM memory is volatile in nature. Volatile means data are lost in the absence of power. It can read and write data. Read-only memory. It is a program memory. It saves and stores data permanently. Timer. It maintains the timing of an operation in sync with a system clock or an external clock. Input-output. It is a memory address used by software to communicate with hardware on your computer. Serial COM port. It monitors the overflow signal and at every 30-second overflow, a bit is transmitted. These are the differences between microprocessor and microcontroller. Microprocessor consists of only CPU. Microcontroller consists of CPU, memory, input-output integrated in a single chip. Microprocessor is heart of computer system, whereas microcontroller is heart of embedded system. In microprocessor, memory and input-output components have to be connected externally, whereas microcontroller has external processor along with internal memory and input-output components. Microprocessor is not used in compact system, whereas microcontroller can be used in compact systems. The overall cost of microprocessor is high, whereas that of microcontroller is less. Due to external components, the total power consumption of microprocessor is high, whereas in microcontroller, external components are low, therefore the total power consumption is less. Microprocessor has a smaller number of registers, hence more operations are memory based. whereas microcontroller has more number of registers, hence the programs are easier to write. Microprocessor is mainly used in personal computer, whereas microcontroller is used in washing machine, security system, etc. Microprocessor is useful for general purpose applications, whereas microcontroller is useful for application specific systems. Microprocessor uses external bus to interface to RAM, ROM and other peripherals, whereas microcontroller uses an internal controlling bus. Microprocessor is based on von Neumann architecture, whereas microcontroller is based on Harvard architecture. This is the architecture of general purpose microprocessor and microcontroller. In microprocessor, same memory unit is used to save program and data. Therefore, we can't use program and data at the same time. There is separate bus to store program and data. It can be used simultaneously after fetching the data. I have discussed microcontroller in my previous slide. Why microcontroller invented? Microcontroller is an integrated circuit that contains central processing unit. Microprocessors are Intel's 4004 and Texas Instruments TMS 1000. To give better performance, we need to connect external hardware like memory, ICs, etc. And this will increase the computational power, complexity, and power consumption. This is the reason we need a control mechanism named microcontroller, which is less complex and more reliable and contains all the function and hardware on a single chip. Why we choose microcontroller? Four major 8-bit microcontrollers are Freescale's 6811, Intel's 8051, Xerox Z8, PIC16X. It has unique instruction set and register set. Therefore, they are not compatible with each other. Programs written for one will not run on others. Also, there are 8-bit, 16-bit and 32-bit microcontrollers. This is the reason we need to choose a microcontroller which meet the task at hand efficiently and cost effectively. How we choose microcontroller? There are three ways to choose a microcontroller. First one is meeting the computing needs of the task at hand efficiently and cost effectively. To analyze the needs of a microcontroller based project, we first see which microcontroller will best handle the task effectively and efficiently. Speed, packaging, power consumption, RAM or ROM, number of input-output pins, timer on the chip, and cost per unit should be considered. Second one is Availability of software development tools like assembler, debugger, a code efficient C language compiler, emulator, technical support. Third one is wide availability and reliable sources of microcontroller. History of 8051 microcontroller. 8051 microcontroller was originally designed by Intel Corporation in 1981. It is used in a large percentage of embedded system. It includes several on-chip peripherals like timers and counters. It has 128 bytes of on-chip data memory, 4 kilobytes of on-chip program memory, 264 counter, 1 serial port, 32 input-output pins, and 6 interrupt sources. This table shows members of 8051 microcontroller family with its features. Intel, Atmel, Philips, Infineon, Dallas Semi or Maxim are the companies which produce 8051 microcontroller. Atmel Corporation has named microcontroller as AT89C51. Here AT stands for Atmel Corporation, C stands for CMOS. It comes before 51. 12 stands for 12 MHz. It is maximum clock frequency. 89 is a series of variants which Atmel was developing. Here C stands for commercial. P stands for plastic dual inline package. It is IC package. This integrated circuit has two parallel rows of pins extending perpendicularly out of a rectangular plastic housing. Also, 89C51 can be programmed only through parallel programmer. It has 4 kilobytes of ROM, 128 bytes of RAM, 32 input-output pins, 2 timer or counter, 6 interrupt, 40 DIP packets. Its operating supply voltage is 5 volt and maximum supply voltage is 6 volt and minimum is 4 volt. There are 3 different speeds of 8051 microcontroller from Atmel Corporation. First, 8089C51 12PC. Second, 8089C51 16PC. Third, 8089C51 20PC. Here, 12, 16 and 20 are maximum clock frequency used. This is the block diagram of 8051 microcontroller. I will discuss this in detail in my next video. Applications of microprocessor. It is used in calculators, accounting system, defense system, computers, traffic lights, etc. Some of the applications of 8051 microcontroller are automobile industry, consumer electronics, for example, digital camera, CD, DVD, washing machine, ovens, etc. Test and measurement equipment, for example, multimeter, routers, oscilloscopes, etc. Embedded products, for example, security system, toys, exercise equipment, copier, computers, airbag, etc. Thank you.